What is the cheapest thing you bought that turned out to be very valuable or expensive? Before we start with the first story, please hit a subscribe and ring the notification bell to stay updated with us. Story 1. My daughter went to a thrift store and got a painting for just 50 cents. But guess what? When she looked behind it, she found an envelope with $1,000 inside. I couldn't believe it when she told me. As her dad, I felt so proud and amazed by her luck. It's like a real-life treasure hunt, showing us that cool things can happen when we least expect them. Listening to her story, I was blown away by how lucky she got. It's a reminder that life can surprise us in awesome ways if we keep our eyes open. This whole experience made me realize how important it is to enjoy the little moments and stay open to new adventures. I'll be sharing this story for ages, showing how amazing life can be when we're open to the unexpected. Story 2. I paid $50 to adopt my dog thinking it was a fair deal. But one day I had a seizure because of my medicine. It was scary, but my dog started barking loudly, calling for help. Thanks to him, my family came running and got me the help I needed. In that moment, I realized he's not just a pet. He's like a guardian angel. No amount of money can match the love and care he gives me. He's not just a dog, he's my best friend, always there when I need him the most. Story 3. Around 2005, I jumped on the opportunity to collect Mountain Dew's limited edition flavors. Inspired by the high prices collectors were paying for discontinued Surge and similar items. After years of holding onto them, I decided to cash in about a year ago. Selling most of the 20 ounces bottles and cases of 12 ounces cans proved lucrative, fetching me between $100 and $200 each. However, my excitement turned to disappointment when I discovered that many of the cans had exploded over time. The fizzy mess caused significant damage to my drywall and carpet, forcing me to allocate the majority of my earnings towards repairs. It was a valuable lesson in the risks of holding on to carbonated collectibles and the importance of considering long-term storage solutions to avoid such mishaps in the future. Story 4. At a local library sale, I stumbled upon a gem, a first edition of Stephen King's The Shining for just $1. Recognizing its value, I held on to it for a few years before deciding to part ways with it. I sold it for a cool $500, turning my modest investment into a hefty profit. It was a thrilling moment, realizing the treasure I had uncovered amidst the stacks of books. The experience taught me the importance of keeping an eye out for hidden treasures in unexpected places. Sometimes the greatest finds come when least expected, reminding us of the magic that can be found in the most ordinary of places. It's a story I love to share, highlighting the excitement and joy that can come from exploring the world of literature and the thrill of discovering a rare and valuable treasure. Story 5. Back in the mid-2000s, while trying to land a job at a bookstore during college, I stumbled upon 2 first-edition copies of Game of Thrones in the bargain bin. Each was a steal at just $6. Little did I know, those seemingly insignificant purchases would turn into valuable treasures worth around $400 each today. It's a reminder of the unpredictable nature of investments and the hidden gems waiting to be discovered in unexpected places. Despite attending conventions and meeting George R.R. Martin multiple times, I never thought to bring along those first editions for him to sign. It's a missed opportunity that adds a touch of irony to the tale. Nevertheless, it's a lesson learned to always be prepared for unexpected encounters and to cherish the treasures we stumble upon along life's journey. As they say, keep your sword sharp. Story 6. I decided to treat myself to 2 bottles of Pappy's Bourbon in 2012, spending $250 on each. I'd heard so much about its quality and popularity, I just had to give it a try. Over the next year, I savored 1 bottle, enjoying every sip. But I held on to the other, thinking maybe it would be nice to save it for a special occasion. Little did I know, that decision would turn out to be a real jackpot. Nowadays, that second bottle is worth a whopping $5,000. Now, every time I look at it, I'm torn. On one hand, I'd love to crack it open and relish its flavor, but on the other hand, knowing its value keeps climbing, it's hard to bring myself to do it. It's a real dilemma, balancing the pleasure of indulgence with the potential gain of holding onto something rare. Story 7. One day, I decided to try my luck and bought a lottery ticket for just $2. Can you believe it? I actually won around $800,000 from it. It was totally unexpected. like something out of a dream. With that money, I made a big move and bought myself a house. It was incredible to think that a single ticket could change my life like that. Nowadays, I'm back to working a regular job, but I'm also focusing on saving up for retirement. Winning the lottery was amazing, but it also made me realize the importance of being smart with money and planning for the future. It's a nice feeling knowing that I have a home to call my own and that I'm taking steps to secure my financial future. Story 8. After my office chair broke, I headed to a cheap furniture store, planning to spend 150 euros on a replacement. However, I stumbled upon a second-hand furniture shop in town and found a sturdy office chair for just 50 euros. It had a steel wheel frame and was surprisingly comfortable, so I bought it. A few months later, I decided to research the chair and discovered it was a Herman Miller Mira 2 model, retailing for around 1,300 euros, way more than what I paid. It was a stroke of luck to find such a high-quality chair at a bargain price. Not only did I save a significant amount of money, but I also ended up with a durable and comfortable chair that will last for years to come. It just goes to show the value of taking a chance on second-hand items. You never know what hidden gems you might uncover. Story 9. I found an old book at a thrift store for just 50 cents. It's a printing of Ben Jonson's play The Alchemist from the late 17th century. Can you believe it? It's really old. I was amazed to stumble upon such a treasure for such a low price. I couldn't resist buying it, even though it's not something you find every day. The cover is worn and the pages are yellowed with age, but there's something special about holding a piece of history in your hands. Story 10. Studying for finals in college December 1989, I bought a 6-pack of Diet Pepsi, won a free L, and the brand new Nintendo Game Boy, all for spending about $2.75 too. Bought a barely worn pair of Prada Mary Janes at a thrift store in Chelsea, NYC for $40. They were going for $800 brand new too. Bought a Russian fox fur hat for $12 at a thrift store. Retaying for $200 for. Won a lot of 6 silver. Necklaces at auction for $9.25. One was a vintage Tiffany & Company worth about $300 5. Found an inch-long pin on the ground going out to catch a bus. Cleaned it. Up 18 Kelvin's Tiffany & Company bumblebee pin with ruby eyes. My late father always said, "I'd rather be lucky than good," and that is my motto as well. Story 11. Last year, I decided to attend an auction in search of some tools. Amidst the array of items up for bidding, there was an old, dilapidated jukebox that caught my eye. Initially, I had no interest in it whatsoever, especially considering they started the bidding at a hefty $500. However, as the price steadily dropped to a mere $25 and no one else seemed inclined to bid, I found myself impulsively raising my hand. I ended up winning the auction and, somewhat bewildered, dragged the battered jukebox back home. Once there, I began pondering what on earth I was going to do with it. Little did I know, fate had other plans in store. A jukebox broker, whom I had casually chatted with before the auction, caught wind of my purchase and reached out to inquire if I had indeed acquired it. To my surprise, he promptly offered me $2,000 for the jukebox, a sum that far exceeded my expectations. After owning it for just about a week, I gladly accepted the broker's offer and bid farewell to my unexpected acquisition. It was a whirlwind of an experience, turning what initially seemed like a peculiar impulse buy into a surprisingly lucrative venture. It just goes to show that sometimes, taking a chance on the unexpected can lead to unexpectedly delightful outcomes. Story 12. Back in 2017, I found myself in an impulsive mood and decided to splurge $300 on some Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, CSGO stickers. It felt like a bit of a gamble at the time, but I thought it might be a fun little investment. However, life had other plans, and I ended up getting caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, completely forgetting about my virtual treasures for the next 6 years. Fast forward to a few days ago when, out of sheer curiosity, I finally decided to check my Steam inventory. To my utter shock and disbelief, those forgotten stickers had undergone a remarkable transformation in value, now commanding a jaw-dropping price tag of $7,500. It was one of those moments where I had to pinch myself to make sure I wasn't dreaming. Eager to capitalize on this unexpected windfall, I wasted no time in liquidating most of the stickers. But instead of immediately pocketing the cash, I opted for a different route. I converted my earnings into cryptocurrency. And wouldn't you know it, the value of the crypto just kept soaring, further multiplying my profits. It felt like a roller coaster ride of financial success, turning a seemingly spontaneous purchase into a significant boost to my bank account. Reflecting on this experience, I'm reminded of the unpredictability of investments and the potential for unexpected gains in the digital age. It serves as a testament to the importance of staying open to new opportunities and seizing them when they arise. Who would have thought that a spontaneous purchase from years ago would turn into such a lucrative venture? It's a story I'll surely be sharing for years to come, serving as a reminder that sometimes taking a chance can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Story 13. One day, while browsing through Barnes & Noble, I stumbled upon a book by Don Miguel Ruiz called The Four Agreements. Intrigued by the title and the promise of life-changing wisdom, I decided to give it a shot. At just $12.99, it seemed like a small investment for potentially valuable insights. Little did I know it would become one of the most impactful books I've ever read. As I delved into its pages, I discovered that The Four Agreements encapsulates 4 simple yet profound life lessons to live by. These agreements: don't take things personally, don't make assumptions, be impeccable with your word, and always do your best, resonated deeply with me. They offered a roadmap for navigating life's complexities with clarity and grace. Since embracing these agreements, I've noticed a remarkable shift in my perspective and overall well-being. I've become a much happier person, experiencing less stress and conflict in my life. By internalizing these principles, I've learned to let go of unnecessary burdens, communicate more authentically, and strive for excellence in everything I do. The Four Agreements has truly been a guiding light on my journey towards personal growth and fulfillment. Its timeless wisdom continues to inspire me to live with integrity, compassion, and purpose each day. It's a book I recommend to anyone seeking clarity, peace, and happiness in their lives. Story 14. Let me tell you about this incredible story involving a friend of my mother. So, she decided to attend an auction one day, just for the fun of it, you know? And there, amidst the hustle and bustle of the auction house, she stumbled upon a violin that caught her eye. Now, she's not exactly a seasoned collector or anything, but something about this violin spoke to her. And the best part? It was being auctioned off for a mere 1,000 euros. Now, that might seem like a hefty sum to some, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not exactly breaking the bank. So, she decided to take a chance and place a bid. And guess what? She won! Can you imagine her excitement? But here's where the story gets really interesting. After the auction, she decided to have the violin appraised, just out of curiosity. And what she found out absolutely blew her mind. The violin was worth a staggering 1.0 euros. I mean, talk about a return on investment, right? It's the kind of story you hear about in movies or read in books, but to think that it actually happened to someone we know, it's just incredible. And you know what the best part is? She's not even planning to sell it. She's keeping it as a reminder of that incredible stroke of luck and as a testament to the hidden treasures that can be found in the most unexpected of places. It's a story that's sure to be passed down for generations to come, inspiring others to keep their eyes peeled for those once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. Story 15. Let me tell you about this incredible find I came across a while back. So, I was browsing online one day, as one does, when I stumbled upon a listing for an iPhone prototype. Now, you don't see those every day, do you? Intrigued by the rarity of the item, I decided to dig a little deeper. As it turns out, this prototype was one of the models that Apple had pulled from circulation. Apparently, they were used by engineers for testing purposes and were supposed to be turned in once they were done with them. But there it was, sitting right in front of me, up for grabs for just $1,400. It was too good of an opportunity to pass up. So, without hesitating, I went ahead and made the purchase. And let me tell you, it was like hitting the jackpot. Not long after, I started getting offers left and right from interested buyers. The most tempting offer came from someone local who offered me a cool $10,000 for it. Now, I know what you're thinking. $10,000 is a pretty tempting offer. But there's something about owning a piece of tech history that's just priceless, you know? Plus, there's the thrill of knowing that I stumbled upon something truly unique and rare. So, for now at least, I've decided to hold on to it. Who knows? Maybe its value will only continue to appreciate over time. Alright folks, that's a wrap. If you like more of this, please hit a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You can also share your thoughts in the comment below. I'll see you in the next video.